Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to either the channel if you're watching on the channel or Patreon. Obviously Patreon, y'all are seeing this probably before the channel does, but today we have episode 3 and episode 4 of NCT 127 The Lost Boys. So I finally had some time to sit down and react to the last 2 episodes of this series, or just documentary, because it says season 1, but there's probably not going to be another season. They just did it in episodes. But yeah, we have episode 3 and episode 4. From what I can infer, episode 3 will cover Jaehyun, Doyoung, and Jungwoo, and episode 4, did I say 4 or did I say 3? I don't know. Episode 3, that's what episode 3 will cover. Episode 4 will cover Johnny and Taeyoung. So I think that's how we're going to cover everybody here. So episode 3 is going to be a little loaded, but I'm excited. I'm excited for it. If you're watching on YouTube, I cannot post the full uncut version to this documentary, obviously, because of copyright reasons. It will be cut up. If you want to check out the documentary with me, it's always down below in the description to join us on Patreon. We're watching a lot of documentaries over there. We have TXT documentary, Hobi's and Suga's documentary, as well as we're watching some BTS documentaries, some like Bring the Soul, that kind of thing. And then we have XG documentary, and we're trying to finish up NCT 127 as of now. Lots of documentaries over there on the Patreon, so if you guys want to go over there and hang out with us, you can. Or if you don't have the means to, you are in the right place right now checking this video out on the channel, because it is free. If you ended up liking the video though and you enjoyed it, please give this a like and a comment and subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. Yeah, so this documentary has been extremely eye-opening. We're getting to hear everybody's childhood story, and it is definitely just something that I was not ready for emotionally. I also like how they are telling their stories in this. There's like animation. I think it's called like a meta play, and they're like acting it out in a way. Like it's very visual telling in this documentary, which is really awesome. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's go. Okay, hold on. Do y'all remember my reaction to that? Do y'all remember how I lost my mind to that? Because I remember that very clearly.
질주 앨범 같은 경우에는 아, 이런 게 심혈을 기울여서 만든다는 뜻이구나라는 생각을 갖고 했던 거고요.
Yes sir. Two baddies, one Porsche.
그런 곡이었어가지고 거기에 좀 저는 되게 시작할 때 기분이 좋았었어요.
Yeah, they loved that song and album. Oh my God, why are we? I mean, it was fantastic.
We even talked about it amongst ourselves. We were like, oh, this is something that it's gonna be big.
Always have a different concept, different clothes, different dance, different choreography.
Period.
팬분들과 저희의 관계 자체가 그런 관계였으면 좋겠어요. 뭔가 음악을 듣고 그리고 그 사람을 보고.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel too.
저희 NCT VIC랑 성장했다라고 말씀드릴 수 있을 것 같아요.
Yeah.
They really just bring a lot to the table. They never miss. They're not afraid to grow outside their own box, even if it's scary and they know like audiences have a set expectation.
She said what she said. Okay, who's up first? Is it Jaehyun?
다음 코미디언 소개하도록 하겠습니다. 스탠드업 코미디언 재현!
No, because why is he like one of the funniest members actually? Is that literally this is a joke?
왜 안 웃어요?
Oh. See? Oh.
재현이 형 얼굴을 한번 보여주세요.
I'm dead. Oh.
네, 뭐 이유가 여기에 많이 있다고
I
생각하고
cannot.
외모를 떠나서 내면적으로도 너무나 재현이 형만큼 다정했던 사람은 없었던 것 같아요.
근데 성격도 되게
He is.
스윗하단 말이에요.
Romantic.
좀 다방면으로 다 잘해요, 진짜.
Period. The range.
이거는 약간 저의 숙제인 것 같아요.
Oh,
꾸며진 모습도 전데 안 꾸며진 모습도 있으니까.
게 스탠드업 코미디 왜 해보고 싶으셨어요?
평소에 하지 못하는 주제를 좀 재밌게
아이돌 이야기로도 접근할 수 있지 않을까요?
아이돌로서는 뭐 저는 아이돌이에요.
팬분들께서는 제가 단점 하나 없고 사실 스탠드업 코미디로 어떤 자기의 여러 가지 단점이나 컴플렉스 그런 거를 굉장히 유쾌하게 극복을 하잖아요. 단점.
Stop. They're like, where?
근데 뭐 점점 시간이 흐르면서 지금은 저도 좀 편해진 것 같고
이거를 스트레스 받고 힘들어하는 걸로 생각하면 안 돼.
우리를 보러 와주고 그리고 우리 앨범을 사주는 분들이 있는데 어떻게 보면 그런 분들에게 줄 수 있는 책임?
제가 5살 때 그 완전 시골에 미국에서 살았어요.
That's right.
At that time I didn't like speak English at all. I was the only kid with black hair and brown eyes. 반에서 이제 일어서서 다 같이 그 미국 국가를 부르는데 저는 가사를 모르는 거예요. 정말 부모님도 많이 걱정할 정도로 힘들어했는데 언제 그랬냐는 듯이 제가
Connecticut.
자연에서 놀았다 해야 되나? 진짜 그런 기억밖에 없는데 그런데 한국에 다시 돌아왔을 때 적응하기가 엄청 힘들었어요.
Right.
교실에 딱 들어갔는데 나는 가만히 있고 세상만 계속 공부를 뭔가 꼭 해야만 할 것 같았어요. 나만 아무것도 안 하면 이상한 사람이 될 것 같고.
Yeah.
초등학생 때 그 선생님을 만나면서부터 제가 가수의 꿈을 꾸게 된 것 같아요. 이 성적으로 절대 등수를 매기지 않으셨어요. 그분이 아직도 기억나요. 저희 반 그분이 디딤돌이 되자
Serve as a stepping stone.
그런 경험들도 많이 하고 그런 기회도 많이 갖게 되면서 뭔가 나서는 거에 대해서 되게 자신감도 생기고 이렇게 해서 SM 연습생이 되었을 때는 학교에 갔다가 끝나면은 다시 연습실에 가서 춤 노래 연습하고 이렇게 매일매일 보냈거든요. 잠이 많은 친구의 제 이름이 있더라고요.
Well, yeah, if you're training day in and day out.
지하철에서 좀 자다가 새벽 한
What the hell?
5시, 6시까지 연습을 한다.
5 or 6 a.m.?
그때 저에게 시 한 구절이 엄청난 힘이 되었었어요. 흔들리지 않고 피는 꽃이 어디 있으랴. 3, 4년 차쯤 됐을 때였는데 이제 그 시기 때 이제 뭐 친구들이나 가족을 만날 시간도 없었고 너무 경주마처럼 몇 년을 이렇게만 계속 하니까 그리고 뭔가 얘기를 할 수 있는 상황도 없었어요. 그래서 화장실에서 몰래 아빠한테 전화를 했었어요.
I love his relationship with his dad.
너무 힘들면은 안 해도 돼. 다 내려놔도 돼. 눈물이 엄청 나는 거예요. 눈물이 쏟아지는데 듣고 싶 뭔가 필요했던 말이었구나. 가끔은 너무 힘들면 쉬어도 되는구나.
That's right.
진심으로 뭔가 하는 거는 항상 눈에 보이는다고 생각을 하거든요. 제가 있는 그대로 보이기를 바래요. 이상입니다.
Encore! Oh no, Jungwoo. Okay, we're moving fast. Okay, so that was Jamal. Let me just talk about Jamal real quick. Because I like to do that, but I remember before we move on to the next one. I think out of all the members so far that we've had the privilege of getting to know just a little bit more about, I really love Jaehyun. Surprised me the most, like shocked me the most, because I didn't really realize how us saying he's so perfect all the time, which I find myself saying that a lot in everything he does. I mean, I praise that man, I really do. And just kind of hearing him talk about how that has affected him in a way to the point where he really wants to showcase his flaws. He's like, yo, I am not perfect. You know, like he really just wants to showcase the other side of him that most people don't see. And also he is someone that is very attractive and he knows it and everyone knows it. But I love that he really wanted to focus on the other aspects of him and who he is and not just like what he looks like or what he does, like, you know. And I loved how he told his story, you know, him being a comedian and you know, being funny. I mean, this is like an inside thing, well, not inside thing, but it's a thing in Citizens where we are literally like, Jaehyun is so funny, like he's like undercover funny to the point where like if you were to just look at the group without, you know, knowing anything about them, you wouldn't think he was one of the funniest members. But he just says the most random things sometimes. And it is hilarious. When I tell you, this man is actually hilarious. I've been watching, you know, some of their content, you know, outside of their music. And sometimes that man opens up his mouth and I am on the floor about to bust a lung because I'm like, what did you just say? Like, what are you talking about? You know, and so I really just kind of loved how he really wanted to showcase that other side to him, you know, a side that like I feel like most people don't know him for. So that was really cool for me. Also, I loved how he talked about the trainee process and the fact that he had to move around a lot. I mean, Mark did too as well, from what I could tell, but like moving around a lot, and also just like how having to move to one place, adapt to that culture, and then move back to the other move back, you know, to Korea, and also readapt to that culture, that can be hard. They're very different in themselves, and having to like find common ground, it would be very hard to have like a stable, you know, feeling when you're doing all of that stuff. And then you become a trainee and then you're practicing day in and day out. I just don't understand how you're practicing. I don't understand why they made them practice that late and then get up and do it again. Like, it's just that if that was my parents, they would be like, I'm sorry, she's gonna be done by 10 p.m. especially if I'm like still in school or whatever, and then she'll come back tomorrow around like 9 or 10. Okay, thank you. Like, my mom would not play. Now if I'm an adult, that's a different situation, but like, I don't even know, like, when do you sleep? Like, he said he just slept everywhere, in class, on the subway. Like, I just, like, that must be so exhausting. And then he made his debut, and then he was just like, I just felt like, yeah, I don't know, I just kind of was just going through the motions. He said he was very like focused on, you know, one thing, and he kind of just like lost sight of stuff. I love his relationship with his dad. It seems like when he's in distressed or overwhelmed, he goes straight to his dad. And I just think that's so sweet. I also love what his dad said to him about, you know, it's okay to take a break, because it's so true. It's so true, especially with the kind of schedule that they have. It's okay to take a break. And so hearing that he sobbed after that phone call because he didn't realize that he needed that, you know? I really love this documentary because I am really seeing them in such a different light than I'm used to. So I really enjoyed that. Okay, now we're moving on to Jungwoo. He makes me cry. I've cried before because of him, so I really hope that I don't, because I see him in this clown makeup and he's like, most of the time he's like funny, you know, like, but honestly though, in the beginning he was very shy, and like, so I don't know if he's gonna talk about that time when he first, you know, joined the group, because he wasn't originally there. He joined later, and then I know that was tough on him, so I don't know if he's going to talk about that. And also, I don't know his childhood. I don't know anything about Jungwoo like that in that term, so I don't know. So anyway, I just hope I don't cry.
저는 항상 웃어야 되고 이런 게 좀 늘 있었던 것 같아요. 제가 개그맨은 아니지만
NCT 127에서 정우는 되게
정우는
강아지 같은 느낌?
I'm a busy dog. I'm a busy dog.
너무 짐
Carrey?
어떤 걸 보고
흉내를
낸다든지.
원래 그 전에 개그 캐릭터는 제가 맡고 있어요.
I'm dead.
정우 형 들어오자마자 뺏겼어요.
He can't be beaten. He can't be beaten.
어렸을 때부터 돈에 대한 이 개념이 돈만 봐도 솔직히 좀 싫었어요.
Same. No. Please don't make me cry.
그런 시절이 힘들었지만 잘 극복해 나갔던 순간이었던 것 같아요. 원래 저희 어머니는 항상 얘기하던 게 파일럿? 그런 걸 되게 꿈꿨다고 하셨더라고요. 영화 중에 스피릿이라는
I love that movie.
인상 깊게 봤었는데
I love that movie.
어렸을 때 누나랑 맨날
So
비디오
cool.
가게에서 빌려봤어요.
유년 시절 정우 씨의 꿈을 결정하는데 영화가 많은 영향을 준 것 같아요.
스텝업이라는 영화는
Why is
제가
his
중학교
taste
시절 때
everything? Step
친구들과
up.
처음 본 춤 영화였는데
Step up.
충격적이었어요. 엄마한테 나도 춤 배우게 해줘 라고 했던 기억이 나네요. 가난했었던 그 시절에도 엄마 나 이거 배울래 하면 그래 가 어떻게든 해줄게 이 말이 되게
look at the Peter Pan. Please don't make me cry.
유머가 저에게도 에너지를 많이 줘요.
Not him making everybody smile and laugh. Oh my gosh. Him and his sister seem to be close too.
제가 생각했던 연습생 생활은 로망이 가득 익숙했었거든요. 처음에는 학교에서처럼 뭔가 친구들과 함께 떠들고 놀며
It's not like that.
그게 아니라 항상 발전해야 되고 더 잘해야 되고 더 새로워야 되고 내가 할 수 있을까? 내가 연예인에 적합하지 않은 성격을 갖고 있는 것 같아 라고 얘기를 했었는데 엄마는 오히려 너가 아닌 것 같으면은 안 해도 돼. 이에 저는 힘을
정우 씨가
네.
어렸을 때
Oh no,
어머님께 쓴 편지를 가져왔거든요.
Oh my god.
진짜요?
Wow.
진짜 상상도 못했어요. 엄마에게 엄마 저 정우예요. 생일이셨는데 생일 케이크 하나 못 사드려서 죄송해요. 엄마가 저보고 매일 부자 엄마 만나라 그러시는데 오
정우 No.
부자 엄마 만나라 그러시는데 제가 부자 엄마 만들면 되는 거고
No.
엄마 이제 꿈을 이루어서 제가 사달라는 거 사드릴게요. 엄마 내가 커서 비행기나 못 가보신 데 데려다 드릴게요. 엄마 고마워요.
Bro, are you? I can't. I had no idea that this is what he went through for some reason. Like I just didn't know all that. Wow.
저희 팀에 있어서 굉장히
Wait a minute,
많은
they were in the airplane.
정우한테 해야 미워할 수 없는 캐릭터.
Yes.
그냥 옆에 있었으면 좋겠는 존재.
120% 이하로 뭐를 한 적이 없는 친구인 것 같고
Look at him
수준을
go.
높여주는 친구.
He does.
오히려 되게 제일 뭔가 프로 같은 느낌도 있는 것
I'm trying really hard not to cry right now. I have like I feel like my eyes are watery, but
행복한 순간은
Oh my god!
만난 거 같이 이렇게 활동을 하면서 웃고 울고 이런 모습들이 되게 저한테는 되게 행복한 순간들이거든요. 그런 부분들이 좀 더 많이 있었으면 좋겠습니다.
We love you, Jungwoo. Okay. That one hit me. Okay, let me just talk real quick once again. The reason why this hit me on a very personal level was because of my own story. I just want to hug him. Within my own personal journey, I could see my story in him, and I could everything he said. Like I felt one way or another. Me and my mom, we grew up poor. My dad was nowhere to ever be found. I grew up not knowing why I was unwanted and why like we were dealt this hand. My mom worked so hard to provide for me and my brother, who's 10 years older than me. And then he got diagnosed with schizophrenia at age 14. And that was hard for her to deal with because she didn't know what was going on. And then here I am, scared, not knowing what's going on either. And then so she had to deal with that. And there were many times I remember where we did not have money to pay the light bill. We did not have money for food on the table. And we just had to scrape by. And it's the truth. It's just something that a lot of families have to go through, unfortunately. And so hearing him just speak about how he would try to just make them laugh or give them some hope or whatever he could in any way that he could. Like he is such that to so many people. He gives hope to so many people. And sometimes I feel sad because like, what if he needs that? You know, like what if he needs someone to be there for him in that way? But he's always so willing. He's always so willing to be that for everybody, you know? When he talked about his mom, when he read that letter, like that hit me so freaking hard when his mom told him to go find a rich mother. And then he said, you always tell me to go find a rich mom, but I want to make you a rich mom. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then at the end in the animation, they both were in the plane. And look at him now. Look at him go now. I bet you his mom is so proud. I bet you his sister is so proud and his dad's proud. Oh my God, I'm so done with this freaking documentary. Oh my God. I loved it. That was so beautiful. I also want to say, when the members were talking about him being like this professional performer, I totally agree, because I had the amazing opportunity to see them live in concert. I know I always talk about it, but I just have to. I don't care if it annoys people. I love them so much, and so I'm going to keep talking about it. But I had the amazing opportunity to see them front row in Chicago, and on my side, Jungwoo was constantly there. Like, he just was, I don't know if I guess it was just his side of the stage. And when I tell you, he completely just made me awestruck. He was just going all out. Like, he just was dancing like I've never seen anyone dance before. He was engaging with the crowd. There's this one moment, and I'll probably put it in here. I will never get over this moment. I don't care. You can call me delusional, but actually, like, it's proof that he looked at me like, I don't care. I don't care. Now, I don't know if he recognized me or whatever, but there was definitely a moment where he perceived me. He did. I think it was during breakfast, and there was this moment, and we were all vibing, and I was like, let's go, Jungwoo. Like, I don't know. I was just feeling it. And he comes up to me, and he's vibing, and I point at him, and he points back at me. I don't even know what possessed it to happen, but it did, and I will never, ever, ever get over it, ever. When Jungwoo was on stage, he just shines so much. And I agree with Johnny when he said that he's never seen him give less than 120%. And that's on period. And that's on period. I love you, Jungwoo. Oh, that made me love him. Oh my God. That was too much. Doyoung, let's try not to cry. Okay.
도영은 되게
They do call him a mother.
소리도 많이 하고 많이 듣고.
진짜 엄마 같은 존재죠.
팀 안에서 또 기대는 또 존재예요.
깊은 대화를 할 수 있는 친구. 솔직하게 뭐를 털어놓을 수 있는 친구.
빨리빨리 끝날 수 있는지를 파악할 수 있는 그런 내용인 것 같아요. 노래도 잘하고.
Yes, he does.
제 동생은
Oh my God, it's his brother! Stop it! Stop it!
주변 친구들을 잘 케어하는, 잘 이끄는
뭔가 학생회 임원이라고 하잖아요.
Student council,
반장, 부반장 이런 거를
class president.
초등학교 6년 내내 했던 것 같아요.
Elementary school? Like, come on.
하고 싶어서
Doyoung, go.
이미지가 이제 쟤는 반장, 부반장 이미지가 앞에서
He has that leader
추천할 사람이 있어요.
characteristic, yeah.
김동희 형이 이렇게 되고 그래서 자연스럽게 그냥 중학교 때 가서는 그 반장, 부반장을 안 했죠.
Middle school is a trip.
라고 해야 되나? 제가 처음으로 뭔가 반장 이런 걸 안 해봤던 게 중학교 2학년 때.
They better not.
당한 적이 있거든요.
Why? Why would they bully him? Because he wasn't. There is one thing that pisses me off, like genuinely angers me, and that is bullying. As someone who was bullied myself, I don't know. It's just not right. I mean, I know sometimes, especially if it's grade school, it's, you know, you're young, you're following a crowd. So I feel like that's different. But like nowadays, like if you're in high school or whatever, like, or I would say middle school is kind of like borderline. Like, I just still think bullying in general is bad. But like if you are younger, a lot of the stuff is influenced onto you. And so, you know, but like you're not really thinking, you know, oh, this is hurting somebody, you know. But like it's still just like, no, Doyoung.
따돌림을 당한 적이 있거든요. 친했던 남자애가 저를 배제시키더니 학교 이상하시는 선생님이 처음에 애들한테 그렇게 하지 말라고 막 하시다가
Yes, come on, teacher, step in.
막 네가 애들이 재밌게끔 반응을 하는 것 같다. 그건 아니지만
Right.
물론 지금은 알지만
Right.
아직도 그게 생각이 많이 나요. 그 어린 애가 정말 힘들게 저희 그러니까 엄마는 이제 새벽 일을 하시다 보니까 새벽에 일을 하러 나갔다가 내가 엄마한테 할 말이 있다. 뭐 좀 지금 학교 다니는 게 너무 힘들고 좀 마음이 안 좋다. 그래, 가지 말자.
She was like, okay, don't go.
그래서 같이 바다 보러 가고 그랬어.
Oh my goodness.
그래서 하루 종일 그냥 엄마랑 밥 먹고 얘기하고.
동생이 얘기했던 것처럼 저희 부모님의 그런 대처가 좀
좋으셨던 것 같아요. 그냥 묵인하지 않으시고 바로
I'm so glad.
그때 동생을 더 자유롭게 그리고 기분을 전환할 수 있는.
You guys, this just that, you know, okay, wait. So he talked about these trips, right? I remember at one point, it was like a while ago. It was during NCT 127 The Link promotions or Two Baddies promotions. But Doyoung was just not feeling the best. I'm not sure why. He just was going through something. You could tell everyone was worried about it. And Haechan took Doyoung, and I think it was the concert where he cried at, and then afterwards Haechan took him to a little trip. And I remember being, oh, that was so sweet of him to do. And now hearing how, you know, his brother's talking about like how they would go on trips whenever he felt like overwhelmed or down about something, and then seeing Haechan take him on a trip in that, wow, that was wow.
잘 넘길 수 있지 않았나.
I'm so glad his parents were there for him.
고등학교를 들어가서 이제 많이 괜찮아졌죠. 많이 괜찮아지고 장기자랑에서 노래를 불렀단 말이에요. 수련회.
I have heard about him singing at this talent show.
사람들이 너무 좋아하는 거예요. 그냥 그때 그 순간이 저한테 되게 기억에 남는 이유가 뭐냐면, 하는 제 자신이 상처받았고 힘들었던 아이를
막연하게 노래 부르는 걸 너무 좋아해요.
I love that his brother is here.
자기가 원하거나 꼭 해내는 그런 성격을 가졌던 것 같아요.
부모님이 엄청 열심히 사셨고 그걸 보고 저희는 컸어요. 고기 뷔페 같은 데서 알바도 해보고
Barbecue buffet.
그러니까 그 돈으로 제가 다니고 싶어요.
Wow, he worked for it. He paid for it with the money.
노래를 배워보고
다양한 활동들을
Oh, look at him, so
소홀하지
handsome.
않고 형이 매사에 진짜 매
Look at
순간순간을
him.
최선을
I still haven't watched that drama, but yeah, by the way.
제 기준에 제일 어른스러운 생각을 갖고 있는 형이었어요, 저한테.
그 노래가 주는 의미가 저한테는 극적으로 표현하자면 더 살고 싶게 하는, 힘들었던 그거의 한 줄기 빛처럼 다가온 노래를 해야 하기 때문에.
Run With Me is Doyoung's most fan requested song, which he chose to cover for. Okay, I don't know this song. Okay.
어디든 가야 할 것만 같아. 넌 너랑 있을게. 이렇게 꼭 붙잡고 있으니 도망가자.
Wow. Oh my goodness, you guys. This documentary is draining me, like draining me. Doyoung, I love you. I never knew he was bullied in school. I can't even imagine why anyone would want to bully him. He's so sweet all the time. But can I just say, I am very happy that when he told his parents, they just said, okay, you don't have to go. Let's go on a trip. Like, I just think that bullying is something that is very much still a thing, especially in the school system. It's very much a thing that everyone unfortunately goes through in some sort of capacity, and it sucks. It really does. And the fact that he even wanted to talk to his mom and dad about that, because sometimes we just keep it all in, you know. He could have been like, well, I know mom and dad are working their butts off and I don't want to put any more pressure on them, and he could have kept that to himself, but he wanted to tell them, and they were receiving of that. I'm just really glad, because sometimes parents don't do that. They're like, well, you're still gonna go anyway, like you have to go, and they kind of like brush off the severity of it sometimes. And I don't think they realize that the child has to go into that environment every single day, like 5 days a week, and that is very harsh on them to like constantly keep going through. I know schools are working to prevent bullying. At least in my school district, one of the things they did was, which didn't work, they made everyone wear a uniform. So it was like no one could point out if somebody was poor and didn't have the right clothing or whatever. But bullying still happened. But they're trying, and at least they're trying, even though, you know, we could try still harder. But yeah, if I ever have kids, I don't even know. I might homeschool them just because it's really rough out there, bro. When they showed clips of Doyoung crying that night that I talked about earlier about him and Haechan, and then Taeyoung holding him, you guys, y'all were there, but over on Twitter, we were bawling our eyes out. It was like we just all collectively were a puddle of tears. But then hearing him sing this beautiful song and then seeing those clips, I just lost it. I've always had a soft spot for Doyoung, but now it's even bigger. And now I just feel like I want to protect him at all costs. I love how his brother was very much here. I'm so glad that he had his brother throughout that too. I can tell they're really close. I know when Doyoung posted a picture of his brother leaving off to the military, and he looked really sad. And also, it was around a comeback. I think it was Beautiful Comeback. Correct me if I'm wrong though. He looked really sad in the countdown live. It just looked like he looked like he wanted to go be with his brother. So I know that probably was really hard for him. This documentary series is just crazy, you guys. Like, I really think how they did this is fantastic. Like, I cannot even believe how moved I am by every one of their stories. They really, each one really, they went through some stuff, bro. They went through some stuff, man. Dang.